Oh, you learned that one in 3rd grade?
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people just like mudsling.
Yeah.
Throw dumb
Well, most
insults.
people don't have the information about somebody to know.
Yeah, but just
what to say that'll make them feel like that.
Well, it's kind of like, that one dumb guy that had the show where he did like cold readings and told people he like could talk to their deceased relatives and stuff.
Oh yeah,
I think it was called like
that's bad though. Like,
I think it was called like crossing over.
People just
I know, but that's
so they can have the illusion that.
Well, that's
they're
what I
talking
mean.
To the dead, it's bad.
You can gather just enough contextual information about somebody to take a pretty educated guess about what type of person they are, and if you're right, then you just like destroyed a complete stranger.
Yeah.
I mean, it's harder to do that with a stranger unless you're very like.
Observant.
Like I'm a pretty observant person. Like I observe more than I like speak.
I feel like I am sometimes. Sometimes I like have to turn that off though, or it gets like overwhelming to like try and like pay attention to that many people.
Yeah, I used to be like way too observant to where I was like putting myself through mental anguish by overanalyzing everything all the time.
Oh yeah, overanalysis is the middle name of us. I think we both do that.
Also, we gotta analyze the AC.
Oh shit, Jacob! You know what's crazy about the air conditioners? I swear, I've had a hard time keeping it on. Like sometimes it just decides like, oh, even though it's like 90 degrees in here, I'm just not gonna turn on, like, even though it's set to auto. And I'm like, man, why? I wake up and it's like 85 degrees. I'm like, I need it to be like 70, 74 for me to be happy and comfortable. When you wake up covered in a pool of sweat, or even get stopped from like sleeping from it. Sometimes you can't fall asleep when it's so hot. You gotta take all your clothes off. You gotta take your comforter off. You gotta like.
I deal with that.
Roll around
in
your
the
own
summer.
Wet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wet everywhere.
I mean, I just try to, make sure that the windows are closed and I keep my bedroom door closed. All the time, just to keep that good old. But sometimes it's still so hot outside that it. Like, especially in the middle of the day, if I'm trying to sleep, like, through the afternoon, like, because I work nights, so a lot of times, I would be sleeping during these hot summer days at, like, 1, 2, 3 p.m., and sometimes I'm just like, oh, my God, I can't get to sleep, because I'm just so hot. Even if I do strip down and use just the little sheet, just the little bed sheet to keep me covered up.
You know what's crazy too is sometimes it's so hot you gotta not have covers, but like I find it difficult to sleep when I don't have a cover on.
Yeah, same with me.
Like it just feels like strange to not be sleeping with something over top of you. It's like you're not safe or something. You're not being coddled by the cotton. You know what I'm saying, Jacob?
Yeah, and I have like a heavy comforter. Like it's not a weighted blanket, but it's like an old like faux mink blanket, so it's pretty heavy, and like it just kind of feels like a nice embrace. Like it's a nice weighty, like, I don't know, thick blanket. I don't know. Some people like to have the weighted blankets because it like gives that extra little bit of compression, like a hug.
Yeah, it's like you're constantly being held while you're in bed, whether you're alone or not, which everybody knows most of us here are alone. That was too depressing. Bleep that out, Jacob. We're doing fine.
Yeah, well, speaking of sleep, I gotta apologize if I'm a little bit low energy today, but I only slept for like 3 hours, so...
#tiredcast.
On people also search for...
The podcast where we search the internet for life's greatest... God damn it, David Gordon's? The podcast where we search the internet for life's greatest questions and their answers. And Today we're going to talk about sleep because we're some tired people over here.
Yeah, I'm tired from. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I have insomnia a little bit because there's a lot of times where I just stay up for like hours later than I really should, just because like I'm not really mentally tired, but then I, then I get super tired and then I can't sleep as much as I would want to, and then I'm sleep deprived and I'm cranky.
Yeah, I know what's crazy is sometimes like I'll try and go to sleep, but I'll be like, oh no, I'd like need to eat something before like I'm comfortable enough. Because if I go to sleep and I'm hungry, like I concentrate on like being hungry instead of falling asleep.
I know it's weird. Like I get a little bit cranky if I'm tired. I'm Jakey tie.
To Jakey tie.
I don't know why I said that. That's
Sure.
kind of feel like that's
Is that
kind
what
of.
you would call like a child if you were putting them to bed?
I just kind of think of myself like when I'm sleepy as like a little kid. I'm like, Jakey tie.
I can see that though, because you are like in that most vulnerable state when you're about to go to sleep. It's like if there's like a murderer in your house, like you are going to get like you could just get murdered in your
They'll
sleep.
just come into your home and you'll be like, come on, man, stop.
Yeah, you'll be like, stop trying to murder me right now, man. I'm tired.
Get out of my house, please. I'm tired.
I need my Z's for my college classes tomorrow morning. I don't want to drop out and be a lowlife.
I need my beauty sleep. A low life.
I've got. Yeah. I haven't put my face on yet. Get out of here. I look ugly. Yeah.
I hate waking up, to be honest.
Yeah, waking up is the Okay, the worst part about sleep is waking up, in my opinion. I'm going to enjoy death, Jacob.
Yeah, sleeping is just practice for the permanent sleep.
It could be. I mean, you could think of it that way. We get a lot of practice. Oh, that's why you're so good at it when you finally do it. You never wake up again.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's okay. That's
Sometimes
practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
That is morbid.
Yeah. I definitely have even more practice than a lot of people. And it sucks because, like, intellectually, I want to not sleep because then I would have more time to do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I love sleeping. Like, it just feels good.
It feels good, yeah.
Like, a lot of times, like, on days off, sometimes I'll literally just sleep until I can't, like, until it, like, hurts to be laying in bed anymore.
Oh, yeah.
You know, where
like
you
when
get
your
out of
back
bed and you're,
starts to
like,
hurt.
tired from sleeping.
Yeah, that's bad. And all your, like, joints hurt and
I know, but, like, until I get to that line of, like, I gotta get out of bed. This sucks now.
We're starting to sleep like the olds. Waking up and our hip randomly hurts for days when you don't know what it's from.
Yeah, that happens to me sometimes where, like, my arm will hurt for the entire day, and it's like, what the hell?
Yeah. I will say that the olds have way more practice sleeping than we do, though. So, like, they have way more experience.
Because they lived long. Yeah.
Yeah. There's no way that you can sleep more than somebody that's way older than you. It's just not possible.
I always heard, though, that the older you get, the less sleep you need.
Yeah, I've actually noticed that, man. I've been waking up at 7:30 in the morning, like, without an alarm. Like, why am I awake? I guess I can't sleep as many hours.
It's weird because I think I literally just like being asleep more than a lot of people, so I think it's just like because
it's all the hard work editing the podcast. I get it.
I can sleep for 6 hours and feel not very good. 7 or 8, I feel like pretty normal, but my sweet spot would be like 9 or like sometimes 10 hours of sleep. It's amazing, but I literally feel like because I've always had a problem with, like, sleeping and, like, not hearing my alarms, and I'm just a heavy sleeper. I have been my whole life. I don't even know what that actually means. Like, what
Heavy sleeper?
Yeah.
I guess I could type it in
wonder-
with the old G-man.
I wonder what it, like, clinically
What's a
means.
heavy sleeper?
But I've always been waiting for like, okay, how old do I have to get before I don't need as much sleep?
Oh, okay. A heavy sleeper is a person who sleeps deeply and is difficult to wake up. So yeah, you could say you're a heavy sleeper if you're difficult to wake up. Or
that's what I thought. I mean, I guess I was more interested in like why. Somebody asked on People Also Ask, how do you fix a heavy sleeper?
Oh, that might be some useful information. Here we go. We got ourselves a list.
Oh, yeah.
Number 1.
And this is just somebody's suggestions from ATMScene.
ATCEMSCE.org.
Whatever that means.
At some C. How to stop being a heavy sleeper. Number 1. Go to bed early. Huh. Makes sense. You got number 2, eliminate the consumption of foods and drinks at night. Now, see, that's the opposite of what I said earlier.
Yeah,
Because I was like, if I'm hungry, I can't focus on sleeping. So if you like eat like a small thing beforehand.
Yeah, I meant to bring that up when you said that. Like, I've always heard that you can have like a bunch of different problems if you eat if you eat within like 3 or 4 hours of going to sleep.
Really?
Like, I heard that if you eat spicy foods, like not only can you get like heartburn, or if you like eat stuff that's like acidic, like pizza, or stuff that's
which is
oily.
what you're usually eating at nighttime. Let's be honest.
I heard that can make you not only have like indigestion or like acid reflux, but also if you eat spicy stuff, you could potentially have weird dreams.
Oh man, you know what's weird though is I usually eat pizza with ghost peppers, so I combine those things, and I don't have any of that happen.
Really?
No, I mean I've had weird dreams sometimes, but like mostly just like the worst I have is I'll wake up and I'll have like my stomach will feel kind of like crappy because I ate like that food's crappy, so it's like it tastes good, but it makes you feel crappy. Everybody has that though.
That reminds me of one time when I was a little kid. I had Taco Bell for dinner. I was probably like 7 or 8.
Yeah.
And I must have gone to bed too like quickly after eating. And like just randomly in the middle of the night, I just like shot straight up from sleeping and just immediately like projectile vomited like straight across my whole bed.
Oh no, is the bean burrito acting up? Just vomit everywhere.
It was so weird. I don't know if it was like food poisoning or if it just
maybe
sat in my stomach the wrong way.
I mean, I've definitely thrown up Taco Bell, and the cool thing about that is it tastes exactly the same throwing it up as it does eating it. So almost exactly the same. That's why a lot of drunk people say it's the best drunk food, because when you throw it up from being too drunk, it's fine.
Man, have you seen any of the like disgusting passed out beer drinkers that throw up food? Or like a bunch of beer. There's one specifically that I've seen. I probably saw it on Tosh.0 like 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. But it's a video. I think it's a guy. He's like passed out sleeping in a chair. And like he just like randomly, you see him like jerk around that thing you do when you're about to like heave, you know?
Yep.
And then just fucking a bunch of spaghetti like shoots out his mouth. It's just like a huge like rope of spaghetti. It's just like slowly like sliming out his mouth. It's
I don't want to hear about that. That's gross.
There was one time where I think it was like one of the first times
people like die from that. Like that's how like did Jimi Hendrix die?
Well, like, sort of. It wasn't from spaghetti.
Well, it wasn't spaghetti, but didn't he like drown in his own vomit?
Yeah, because he was like laying on his back.
Yeah.
Passed out. I think sad stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I actually feel lucky in that regard to be somebody that typically sleeps on my side.
Oh, yeah. It's bad for me because I sleep on my back, so most of the time.
Well, I don't think you should have any problems because you're not regularly passed out on drugs and alcohol.
That's a good point. I'm passed out on sweet, sweet lovin'.
Yeah, sure.
From my friends.
Oh my god, your gold satin sheets.
That's true.
Fucking
I do have gold satin sheets.
You're the quagmire of fucking waifus.
Dude, I take that as a compliment.
Giggity.
Thank you. That's true. Like my bedroom, like most of the house looks sort of normal, but my bedroom does have like gold satin sheets, and I have anime figures and stuff in there. So it's a good analogy. I like that one.
Wall scrolls?
Yeah, yeah, I do. Although recently I've been like, maybe I should like replace these with some like classy like art stuff, because I love art, and I'm like, man, I don't watch anime as much now. I'm like, man, maybe I should like split my anime stylings with my art stylings, you know?
Yeah.
Just so I don't look like a complete weeb.
Well, you'll still be a complete weeb at heart.
And you never grow. I mean, even if you grow out of it, you never stop being a weeb deep down. It's just how it's part of life.
Bronies gonna be bronies for life.
Yeah, dude. If you were a brony once, yeah, that shit's in there, dude. You can't delete those pictures.
Oh, man.
Some people are probably still into it.
Oh, I'm sure.
I knew a fellow that made custom ponies, my friend. So, good guy.
Sometimes I think about trying to get into like crafting stuff for like those types of communities that like kind of weird costume type stuff, like furries, and like, because if you can make a furry suit, you can sell that thing for like $6,000.
$6,000?
Yeah, because
Really?
people commission them, and they're getting really extravagant at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's actually, I heard there's I'm probably gonna have to cut this out, but there's furry costumes with like silicone like dicks and vaginas.
Oh, like bad dragon, like silicone penises attached to them?
So yeah, sort of. Or
Yeah.
there's some that are like that have holes cut out for the people's genitalia so that they can fuck through the suit.
Well, that's like a different kind of, cause so there's like the furries that are like, this was like back on episode 1, dude, but like we had like the furries that that aren't like in the sexual nature, like they just do it because they think it's cool. And then there's the ones who are like, I'm gonna shove my penis through this slit in my crotch and pretend like I'm actually a dog fucking another dog. Like that's...
Well, and then there's also the furries where they have like a minimalist costume where it's maybe just like a head accessory and fake paws or something.
Yeah.
And then the rest of them is
and
just
bondage gear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, ostensibly they could.
Yeah, they could. I've seen pictures.
Oh.
I've seen like pictures of like
doubt
somebody wearing like a furry head and like straight like 100% like straps and bondage gear all over themselves.
I just heard about it on a podcast.
Oh, really? No, I've seen it, dude. When you're in the anime community for that long, you see some shit, dude.
Oh, that is.
You go to conventions and you see this.
That is a thin line to walk, because I like a lot of like anime culture stuff.
They just happen to coexist in the same convention.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's for me, it's like I can appreciate anime and like some just people's weird kind of quirks. Like, I can appreciate that, but
dude, like a silent voice is like art, dude. Hashtag Weeb corner.
But at the same time, like, I'm not like deep enough into the weeb culture to like appreciate more than 10% of the stuff I see.
Oh yeah, no, and you know what's weird is I've been pretty deep in, and I don't even appreciate like. I only probably appreciate like 10 or 20% of what is out there. Some
like,
of it's ridiculous. Like,
I'm
weird.
I'm more of your mainstream anime consumer, where I know like the popular ones and like the most mainstream ones,
Yeah.
So I don't get a lot of the references when I go and see people's awesome cosplays. But
you don't really need to. I don't recognize a lot of them either. And
sure you don't.
I don't recognize as many as I used to. And what's weird is a lot of the stuff I've watched is pretty obscure, but a lot of people don't like cosplay from obscure stuff. Like they'll do like an obscure character from something popular. Like I've seen people do like weird like background characters and like Miyazaki movies, but those are really popular. But like you very rarely see like something from a show that's like really obscure or like didn't have a ton of like viewers, like something that wasn't like super great. Like you don't see people cosplaying those really weird characters.
I think like I I think that I can relate to the type of people that are in the anime community.
Yeah,
like,
they're just like creative people that like make like cosplayers. It's just like you're creatively making a costume, so it's
But yeah, so I'm just saying that like I feel like there's a friend group to be had with those types of people, but I don't feel like I don't know. I would feel guilty like if I tried to get into like those groups of friends when I don't actually have the same depth of knowledge of anime that they do, because I feel like I would be like a poser,
Kind of, but everybody's a poser. But then, like, once you get into the community, you just learn more and more, and then you become a full-fledged weeb, Jacob. That's what happened to me. It all went downhill when I started going to conventions, because then you would be like, whoa, there's a lot of people here, and they're all really weird, but in a good way.
Yeah, but they're fun. Like, that's why I like the atmosphere of going to conventions, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, these fucking nerds.
I know, dude. Well, here's the thing. It's like the ultimate nerd sleepover, because, like, a convention, you're just usually there for, like, 3 days in a hotel, and, like, all your neighbors are weebs, and all, like, the people, like, down the hall are weebs, and you're just like, it's a weeb fantasy, my friend.
I feel like to get the full experience, I would have to, like, stay a night at a big convention. And
and it would have to be Colossal Con, because that's the best convention. But it's hard to get into. It's always sold out.
Yeah, I'm not really willing to put in a ton of legwork to do that specifically, but if I ever had the chance, I guess I would.
Can't go wrong with a convention at a water park, my friend. Even if you're not super into anime.
I don't doubt it. I've seen some photos of such events, and
Yep, they're pretty good. Pretty good.
Do you ever dream in anime?
Oh, like an anime style, like where like I'll be like
where you're like in a Gundam suit.
Yeah, or like I walk into like a 7-Eleven and I'm like trying to like open a cabinet, but it's like one of the cabinets for the little hot dogs that are spinning on the roller, but it won't open because it's locked. And then I'm like yanking on it, right? And then I just like I start to get really angry and start yelling, and my hair turns yellow, and like I go Super Saiyan, yank the fucking thing off, and then purchase a hot dog. That's what I would do in my average everyday life if I had powers like that.
I feel like we should get into dreams like a lot more thoroughly on a different podcast, but
yeah,
I don't think I've ever dreamt a cartoon, but I have dreamt of like kaijus and shit, which is pretty badass.
Yeah, I've never dreamt of it in cartoon style either. I've seen reality in cartoon style. That's weird. Yeah.
So, I don't know. We could probably save the dream talk for a dreams episode, but now that we're halfway through our show here, why don't we go back to the fundamentals and start from just sleep?
We could, but...
like...
yeah. Hang on.
Yeah, and then we could find, like, types of sleep.
Oh. What is sleep? Period. Oh, here we go, Jacob. Sleep is a naturally recurring state of mind and body characterized by altered consciousness, relatively inhibited sensory activity, reduced muscle activity, and inhibition of nearly all voluntary muscles during rapid eye movement sleep, and reduced interactions with surroundings. So it's just basically like not existing for a while.
It's pretty dope.
Oh, yeah?
That's something I meant to mention earlier was like, if you eat before you go to sleep, like your body isn't like working very hard to burn off any calories or metabolize anything. So it's like
the more you sleep, the less you burn.
You don't want to eat an entire pizza and then go to sleep.
Oh, dude, but I've done it so many times.
Oh, yeah. We've all done it before, but, I'm just saying it's not that great for...
No.
But, yeah, I also agree with, like, how you said it's hard to fall asleep when you're hungry because you kind of feel like your stomach feels, like, knotted up, and sometimes it'll even be like...
yeah.
And you're like, fuck! do I seriously gotta get up and eat a motherfucking orange right now?
Yeah, it's like, do I gotta put a McMuffin in my mouth? Where would you get a
man.
McMuffin in the middle of the night? Well, I guess some McDonald's are open 24 hours.
Oh, yeah.
They have that 24-hour breakfast.
They do.
Good stuff.
Not the full menu, but...
Oh, but dude, have you ever put strawberry preserves on a McMuffin before? Oh man, that is some good stuff.
I never thought to.
Yeah,
I don't really like
McDonald's, like strawberry jelly. You put it on
Yeah.
a McMuffin. I swear, it's like the best thing.
I don't really like mixing sweet and savory though. Like when
You gotta
I
try it, you just gotta do it.
If I ever-
it costs $1.
yeah, maybe one day, but I typically like if I get a breakfast like plate, you know, that has like if you get a breakfast from like IHOP or Denny's or whatever the fuck, like
Grand Slam original.
yeah, though. I don't like that you smacked your lips into the microphone like that.
I was also making a funky face when I did that. Just a Grand Slam.
Ugh.
Some good American breakfast. All American Slam.
Yeah, if you get something like that, I'm the type of weirdo who won't let the like eggs and sausage get any syrup on it because I think it's fucking nasty.
Oh, really?
Also-
I like mixing that stuff.
Also, I've never had a McGriddle because I don't like sweet with my
Those
savor.
are gross, though. I don't see why people like those. Like, the
It's
bun
weird.
is so weird.
They're like objectively loved by most people.
I know. And what's weird is I do like the sweet, savory type thing, like the strawberry preserve on the sausage McMuffin. But the McGriddle is just too much, and then it's like too soft to like hold. Like it feels wrong in your hands. Like it doesn't feel like a solid sandwich. Like it's messy.
Yeah, that
I don't
just
like
seems
it.
gross.
It's sticky.
Man.
It's like eating cake in the morning. I don't like that either.
But that's
Pancakes
like
are good, but
yeah,
like
waffles and pancakes. I don't really
I like pancakes, but it doesn't taste right on a sandwich.
I opt for the French toast personally, but
I'm a Belgian waffle kind of guy.
I don't like waffles.
Bacon waffle.
What?
Bacon waffle. It's like a Belgian waffle that has bacon cooked in it.
No.
That's good.
I would be willing to try chicken and waffles though, which is sweet and savory.
Yes, man.
I would.
It's so good.
We fucked up by not going to Roscoe's when we went to LA.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
But we did have some pretty good food experiences there.
We had some pretty good sleep too.
I think we did. Not together.
Yeah.
We had our own beds.
Thanks for clarifying that, Jacob. To not confuse anyone.
Oh my god.
Listen, but we slept in a hotel room, and there were some long, busy days there.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, man, we shouldn't sleep. But I was like, but here on this website it says, why is it important? Like, why is sleeping important? And I'm like,
this is on the American Sleep Association website.
yeah,
This is
I want to
official.
know why it was so important that we had to waste our vacation time sleeping and not hanging out.
Until the 1950s, most people thought of sleep as a passive, dormant part of our daily lives. Fast forward 70 years, and we now know that our brains are very active during sleep. Moreover, sleep affects our daily functioning and our physical and mental health in many ways that we are just beginning to understand. What is sleep? A dynamic activity. Nerve signaling chemicals called neurotransmitters control whether we are asleep or awake by acting on different groups of nerve cells or neurons in the brain. Neurons in the brainstem, which connects the brain with the spinal cord, produce neurotransmitters such as serotonin and norepinephrine that keep some parts of the brain active while we are awake. Other neurons at the base of the brain begin signaling when we fall asleep. These neurons appear to switch off the signals that keep us awake. Research also suggests that a chemical called adenosine builds up in our blood while we are awake and causes drowsiness. This chemical gradually breaks down while we sleep.
Oh, so it's a chemical reaction that's like recharge your body right now.
Getting hungry just thinking about it.
Yeah, it's just after thinking about that spaghetti vomit. I'm really hungry. I'm really hungry, Jacob. Thank you.
Hey, yeah, no problem. Oh, man.
what
Sleep cycle.
Yeah, what are the stages of sleep? So
Let's find out.
there's multiple stages here. Wow, there's quite a few Okay, let's just start here at stage 1. Stage 1, sleep. During stage 1, which is light sleep, we drift in and out of sleep and can be awoken easily. Our eyes move very slowly and muscle activity slows. People awaken from stage 1 sleep are often remember fragmented visual images, which would probably be considered dreams by most people. Many also experience sudden muscle contractions called hypnic myoclonia or hypnic jerks.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. When you get, like, jump scared before you actually fall asleep.
And then often they're preceded by the sensation of starting to fall.
Oh, I hate that. Fucking hypnic jerks.
Yeah. Being jerks. These sudden movements are similar to the jump we make when startled. Some people experience a sleep disorder known as periodic limb movements of sleep. The PLMS.
The plums.
The plums. Yeah, you don't want to get the plums when you're sleeping.
Professor Plum in the conservatory with the lead pipe.
Yeah.
Gotta get that lead pipe. Go boop.
Yeah.
On the back of your head.
Man, that is a
Blood force
throwback.
trauma?
That was our first ever Let's Play. The Let's Play Clue for the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Who are you gonna use it on, Scarlett?
Yeah, go check that out on YouTube and see how low quality the audio was compared to now.
You don't have to do that.
Oh, okay.
I mean, but if you do, make sure you like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Hit that bell.
Yeah. You can also experience reoccurring leg movements. From the podcast, not from sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah. You might be moving your leg. You might be tapping your feet to the beat.
Maybe we're putting you to sleep, and you're about to have a hypnic jerk. Now! Gotcha.
They did it, Jacob. They're asleep. What should we talk about while they're sleeping? Let's make fun of them while they're sleeping.
You fat fucking idiot.
Yeah, you're dumb, audience. We called them dumb.
Stage.
You were meaner.
I feel like I'm about a stage 0.5 sleep right at this very moment.
Well, this is the tired cast, so it makes sense.
Stage 2 sleep. When we enter stage 2 sleep, our eye movements stop and our brain waves. Fluctuations of electrical activity can be measured by electrodes, become slower with occasional bursts of rapid waves called spindles.
That doesn't sound good. Sleep spindle? I imagine that's like rolling around, but I know you. That's
Give me the spindles and free my soul. Wanna get lost in your rock and roll
and sleep today. Yeah, stage 3 and stage 4 sleep. I actually kind of like it. It's nostalgic. And stage 3.
What's Uncle Cracker?
Yeah, man.
Is that your childhood?
I don't know.
Anime and Uncle
when you
Cracker?
grow up when you have grow up and with family in Ohio, sometimes that happens.
To grow up.
People love that song in Ohio. I've seen a lot of people singing that around here.
Well, the original one is probably 50 years old, I think.
Oh, probably.
But I don't like either one of them.
Oh, okay. Well, that's okay, because in stage 3, extremely slow brain cells, brain waves called delta waves begin to appear. Yeah.
About them delta waves. About
interspersed.
To catch me some deltas.
Yeah.
But not the airline.
Yeah.
Shitty.
You don't want to catch an airplane. It'll hurt your hand really badly or kill you. Interspersed with smaller and faster waves. Oh, okay. So it's not just delta. Yeah, it's not just delta waves. It's smaller and faster waves as well. And then by stage 4, the brain produces delta waves almost exclusively. Get those other waves out of there. It is very difficult to wake someone during stages 3 and 4, which together are called deep sleep. There is no eye movement or muscle activity. So you're basically dead at this point. This is what you've been training for your whole life. People awaken during deep sleep do not adjust immediately and often feel groggy and disoriented for several minutes after they wake up. Some children experience bedwetting, night terrors, or sleepwalking during deep sleep.
Oh, man.
It makes sense because your like peen muscles aren't like they're not strong enough to hold in the pee yet.
Your bladder's
Yeah.
sleeping as well. I've
Your
had
bladder's it's okay. His bladder was just sleeping.
I think I've mentioned it before on the show, but I've definitely had a history of sleepwalking in my life.
I think I've done it a few times, but not too often. What's it feel like, Jacob?
I don't know because I'm asleep.
Oh.
But it's creepy though because I did it as a kid and as a teenager and like into my adulthood, and like my mom would tell me sometimes, she'd be like, "Do you remember coming downstairs to the living room and sitting on the couch and like talking to me?" I was like, "What? When?" It's like like in the middle of the night, like before I went to bed. I'm just like, no, like what? I don't remember that at all. And she'd be like, "Yeah, we had like an entire conversation."
What?
I'm like, "Oh."
That's strange. You don't even know what was said?
I mean, sometimes she would tell me generally. Like the one that I remember specifically, it was when I was like 16, I think. And I was on the Atkins diet at the time.
Oh.
Because I was trying to like actually lose weight, and like I was working out a lot, and stupidly I chose the Atkins diet to like lose a lot of the weight. And I guess because I had been looking at like all the groceries in the house, like seeing how much carbs everything had.
Yeah.
And apparently one time I went down in the middle of the night and like was like rustling through the refrigerator and stuff, and like my mom like talked to me, and apparently I was like trying to look for stuff that was like low carb food.
And you don't remember?
No, I was doing it
Whoa.
in my sleep. Like
That's
I was
weird.
Yeah, she's like, "Yeah, you were asking me about like what stuff doesn't have a lot of carbs in it."
What?
I'm like, "Oh."
Why?
I was getting a midnight snack while I was already asleep.
Yeah, it's like, and then you don't even know that you intake those calories, so you're like, wow, this is why the diet's not gonna work if you don't know that you're taking in more than you know.
Although I've even heard stories of people that are on like certain medications. I don't know what type. It might be like anti-anxiety medication or like sleep medication or something like that. There's been people that would like get in their car and drive somewhere and buy food and eat food in their car and wake up in their car in a parking lot, just like,
Honey, Jacob woke up in the cat box again. He's been sleepwalking. He keeps going over to the cat box thinking it's the toilet, and he just falls asleep in there.
"Oh god."
That's what I was imagining. Like, have you ever woke up somewhere that was really weird like that? Maybe not like a cat box, but like just somewhere where you like sitting on like the toilet or like something weird.
Yeah, I told you the one time when I was a really little kid, before I can even remember, my parents woke up in the middle of the night to like check on me, and they couldn't find me anywhere.
Yeah.
And the last place they looked was in the basement, and I was just like alone in the dark basement.
Like on the floor?
Yeah.
What?
I don't know. I don't remember if I think I
Whoa.
was just like I think I was just, in the basement.
Yeah.
Like sleepwalking.
That's crazy. I was thinking like, oh, I woke up in the backyard in a grave.
No, luckily I've never slept walked outside.
Oh yeah,
Like
like
Donnie
into the
Darko.
road or something. Like that's dangerous.
Well, yeah, it's very dangerous, obviously. And also it's dangerous to wake people up that are sleepwalking.
Is it?
That's what I've heard. You can look to see if that's actually true.
Oh, we should. We'll come back to this because we still got REM sleep to go over. But I want to know: is sleepwalking or is waking someone who is sleepwalking dangerous? Okay.
Oh, it says from uamshealth.com. It is not dangerous to wake up a patient from sleepwalking, but experts who discourage it, quote, it is if it is unsuccessful and leads to patient disorientation, he says try to ease them back to bed without making forceful attempts. Other factors can cause sleepwalking, such as sleep apnea and periodic limb movement disorders.
Yeah, we were talking about that. That's like it's almost like restless leg syndrome, but while you're like sleeping, so like your legs like moving around, fucking kick yourself and wake yourself up.
Yeah. I'm sure you've seen like those videos of like cats or dogs that are like
on
their side running.
You ever seen that narcoleptic corgi that just like runs around playing in the yard and then he immediately falls asleep? And it's just like adorable. Like he's like running around and then he just like drops out of nowhere.
I don't think I have seen it.
Oh man, I need to show you that. It's so cute because it's just a little corgi running around.
Yeah.
He just like drops like a log
You
and
gotta
then wakes back up.
You gotta love corgis. They're just so cute.
Narcoleptic.
I'm not much of a dog person, but I'd probably get a corgi if I was gonna get a dog.
Here you go. Man, this is old. 2005 on YouTube. Rusty the narcoleptic.
Yeah, that's definitely not a corgi.
That's not a corgi, dude. I don't know if this is it. Oh, maybe it is.
It's a dachshund.
Oh, okay, it's a dachshund. Never mind, it wasn't a corgi. I remembered it as a corgi, but 2005. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was gonna do it a lot.
I remember a video where it did do it a lot. That is what I was talking about. Just like he's just hanging out, eating some grass, just running around the yard, just falls asleep. That's insane.
Wasn't there a character on the movie Rat Race that was narcoleptic?
I think so. Rat Race?
I think it was the two guys. They might have been brothers or friends. Yeah, there is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was the guy that was played by like Roman Atkinson.
Yeah. That's the Mr. Bean guy, right?
Yeah, he's the Mr. Bean guy, and he would fall asleep during the.
Oh yeah. I mean it is. I actually loved that movie.
Oh, it's a great movie. I don't know if it still holds up though. I mean,
I don't know. I watched it a lot when I was like.
How do you think Smashmouth
14.
still holds up? Because then, like, that might tell you, because Smashmouth is in that movie.
They're in the movie?
Yeah, you don't remember Smashmouth is in it? Yeah.
I'm pretty sure...
They were, like, the big popular thing when that movie was around.
I'm pretty sure that most people don't like Smashmouth.
Yeah, anymore. A lot of people liked them in, like, the 90s.
Might as well be walking on the sun.
You know, I always thought, like... that song was about subs because I thought they said sub instead of sun, and I always thought about like Subway, and I was like, why would they be walking on a submarine sandwich? Like, I was very young. I didn't understand.
They have a lot of trash music.
Oh yeah,
All Star.
Oh yeah.
I remember when All Star was a new song, and it was like, oh, that's a cool song. And then, like, after Shrek, it was just driven into the ground for good.
Yeah, dude, you can't hate on Shrek, though.
Did you ever see the video of Smashmouth concert where the audience is, like, throwing bread at them?
Yeah. Oh, man.
That's the best.
Wasn't Smashmouth around, like, when Alien Ant Farm was, like, a thing?
Yeah, dude, Alien Ant
Farm was awesome, though, yeah. I'm sad that they only made, like, one album. They were badass. That Smooth Criminal cover is, like, amazing.
They made, like, 4 albums.
They did? I thought they only made one album and then they, like, broke up.
Oh, no. They stayed together for a while.
I didn't know that. Wow.
They're really good musicians. Like, I used to try to... Like, I had that Alien Ant Farm anthology CD, the one that has Smooth Criminal on it.
Yep.
And, like, there's some true, like, bangers on that album.
Yeah, that's the one I've heard. I thought that was their only album.
Also, there was the one song that was from Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
They had a song in there?
Yeah, it's that. It's called like Dash, I think. It's hard to. I can't try to replicate the lyrics because he sings it very weird.
I would love to play those new remakes. Those
it's called Wish.
Skater remakes came out.
It's called Wish, but it's from their first album. It's not from the same album. Wait, no, I think it is from Anthology.
Wish, Alien, Ant Farm.
Oh yeah, it is on Anthology.
Yeah, I've probably heard this song.
You live a poorest life. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if I've heard this. Oh, it's on Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3. That's why I don't remember it. Because I played 3, but I'm much more... I know 1 and 2 a lot better.
Oh, remember that song 96 Quite Bitter Beings from CKY?
Yeah. I saw CKY live when I was like 16. Because they were playing at like some skateboarding tour, and Bam Margera was there, and his brother was in CKY, so CKY was playing. It was pretty awesome. But I saw them. That was like one of their only good songs.
I don't know. They had some decent music,
Yeah, it's
but
okay.
none of them were like the same aesthetic as that one.
Yeah,
Like that one had a pretty like grungy type of like almost metal feel.
Yeah.
And a lot of their other music is not very metal. Like,
Yeah. When I was skateboarding back in the day, 96 Quite Bitter Beings was a jam. Like, I totally listened to that while I was at the skate park. Wasn't that in a Tony Hawk game? Yeah, it was in Tony Hawk.
yeah.
That's probably why I listened to it while I was skateboarding. That game influenced so many people to skateboard.
That definitely got me. Those games got me into a lot of my first like music love. Like,
yeah,
Rage
like
Against the
Goldfinger.
Machine. I didn't.
I actually like Goldfinger.
I didn't get into any of the ska stuff. I actually got into the rap and the like metal and some of the punk music, like Dead Kennedys.
Yeah, Dead Kennedys are good. Man, those games had some great soundtracks. I gotta go like just listen to those soundtracks.
You know, they
remastered
remastered Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. It just came out. And I actually really want to play them. I don't think I'd put a ton of time into them, but stepping back into that would be pretty awesome.
My one friend, my friend from high school texted me recently, and he's like, hey, just figured I'd let you know that they remastered the Tony Hawk 1 and 2, and it came out today, or I think he said it came out like whenever he texted me. And I was like, yeah, I knew about that. I only have a Switch, though, so I can't play it anyways.
Oh, man. I could get it for the PS4 and we could play it.
I mean, I would be willing to try it out, but I'm not going to get a console just to play that.
Exactly.
I already like my Switch.
That's okay, Jacob. You don't have to buy a console. We'll share consoles. Maybe share beds one day.
No.
When we're sleeping. Oh, okay. Never mind. Just to go back to us sleeping at the same time, completely separated in a hotel room.
Oh, at least we talked about narcolepsy, though.
That's true. I wanted to steer us back into the old sleep station.
All right, go back to the last sleep stage description.
Yes, we got to go into REM sleep here. Okay, so this is the next stage. After stage 3 and 4, you get into REM sleep, which is
the best sleep.
Yeah, everyone's favorite. Sleep and band.
When we no.
Oh, okay.
I don't like that band at all.
Yeah, they're alright.
When we switch into REM sleep, our breathing becomes more rapid, irregular, and shallow. Our eyes jerk rapidly in various directions, and our limb muscles become temporarily paralyzed during sleep. Temporarily paralyzed. Our heart rate increases, our blood pressure rises, and males develop penile erections.
Oh, so that happens to everyone?
When people wake up during REM sleep, they often look down and see that they have a big old hard pee-pee.
I heard that the reason that you get like boners while you're sleeping is so that...
Because you dream about fucking, bro.
No, it's because it's like harder to pee when you have a erection, so like it stops you from like peeing yourself. It's like flexing your peen muscles. Like it's to prevent bedwetting, dude. Like I was talking about earlier, when your peen muscles aren't strong enough, it's like you don't get boners when you're a kid, but when you're an adult, your body's like, oh, this man's not gonna pee all over himself. I'm getting hard, and then like it just does it. Your body just does it for you.
I feel that nice heavy blanket.
You wake up and you're pitching a big old tent in your bed, like
yeah.
And
you look down and you're just like, I know what to do with this.
Oh my god! It's like it's 9 a.m. and it's peen time.
3 a.m. I must be lonely.
Oh my god! Man, if we didn't get rid of all the female listeners on the last episode,
When people wake up during REM sleep, they often describe bizarre and illogical tales, also known as dreams. That was the worst. Why did they end the sentence like that? Bizarre and illogical tales, also known as dreams. You ever had a dream, Ryan?
I don't know. We'll discuss it on the Dream Podcast, Jacob.
The first REM sleep period usually occurs about 70 to 90 minutes after we fall asleep. A complete complete sleep cycle takes 90 to 110 minutes on average. The first sleep cycles each night contain relatively short REM periods and long periods of deep sleep. Tuck you in, baby. As the night progresses, REM sleep periods increase in length while deep sleep decreases. By morning, people spend nearly all their sleep time in stages 1, 2, and REM.
Oh, cool.
I love me some REM.
Oh, yeah.
And then you can get some CBD oil for your nighttime routine.
Yeah, for 20% off.
Use the coupon code SLEEP20. Use the coupon code PASF.
Oh, okay. Well, here's the thing. This isn't sponsored content. We shouldn't be doing that. It's just free advertisement, Jacob. They need to pay us.
All right. So this is a long ass article. So I think we covered the main parts of what sleep is. But
that's true.
What are some sleep disorders? Maybe they have it on this somewhere.
What is sleep deprivation?
Oh, that's a disorder I have right now.
Why do we need sleep? Dreaming and REM sleep. Oh man, this is a long article.
Circadian rhythms. We didn't even get into circadian rhythms.
Oh man. Sleep important for our health. Sleep disorders. There we go. Sleep disorders.
Oh, I knew it. We got insomnia. We got sleep apnea.
Damn.
We got restless leg syndrome. I saw. We got obstructive blah, blah, blah.
We got narcolepsy that also affects dogs. Yep. That's all of them though. That's not that many. Narcolepsy, restless leg syndrome, sleep apnea, and insomnia.
Not everyone will know what sleep apnea was, so it's a disorder of interrupted breathing during sleep. It usually occurs in association with fat buildup or loss of muscle tone with aging.
Oh, some people have to wear like the sleep apnea machines where they like wear a machine on their face so that they
it's a CPAP machine.
Yeah.
They allow the windpipe to collapse during breathing when muscles relax during deep sleep. This problem, called obstructive sleep apnea, is usually associated with loud snoring, though not everyone who snores has this disorder. Sleep apnea can also occur if the neurons that control breathing malfunction during sleep. That's scary.
That is.
I don't want my windpipe to deflate and shit.
Me either.
But I don't think I snore a lot, but I definitely do sometimes.
I've snored before, but most people I think have said that I don't. Apparently, I've talked in my sleep sometimes. My roommate in college told me I talked to him while I was sleeping many times. And he also said I sleep with my eyes open sometimes. And he said it's disturbing. Oh! Sleeping with your eyes open is like...
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah, like and you know what's weird is I was like, I can't do that. And then one time he took a picture of me sleeping with my eyes open and I was like, oh my God, that is so creepy.
Especially because once you get into REM sleep, your eye, like if you ever like pull someone's eyelid up when they're passed out just to see their eyes, it's so fucking weird because they're, it's called REM sleep because it's rapid eye movement. Like that's what it stands for.
Really?
So when
I've never seen that. I want to look.
Really? You've never seen somebody's eye that was sleeping?
Yeah, I'm going to type in REM sleep eye and check it out. Just because like REM sleep eye movement. Oh boy.
Try that one. Oh, great.
You gotta confirm your age.
Why?
It's disturbing. This one? No,
just go back up to the top because you're getting into the weeds.
REM sleep eye movement.
Eyes open.
Eyes open. That first one, but I don't have a...
Damn it. Oh, there's real eyeball moving during...
Yeah, there. That's not like that rapid.
It can be a lot faster though. Sometimes your eyes can like dart around.
Oh, okay. It just looks like he's like looking around. That is weird though.
Yeah, it's so weird how the eyes just like drift around.
Do they like always drift around the same way too?
No.
Like, oh, so they could be like all like goofy?
I think it's associated with what you're looking at in your dream.
Ew. I don't like it. Yeah, you're like looking at you're
like your eyes are probably facing in the direction your eyes are facing in your dream. Sort of how like a dog that's sleeping and it's like running on its side.
Oh, okay.
It's like acting out. Yeah.
I wonder if I've ever done that, like started like jogging in my sleep because I was run away from like vampires.
I mean, I know there's some people that react to their dreams, like you said, you talk in your sleep, or
yeah.
Some people like might
just never shut up.
Flail around, or if they're thinking that they're drowning, they might be like flailing their arms or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I also wanted to read a little bit about sleep deprivation because, you know, if you've ever gone to college, you probably have some experience with sleep deprivation.
Probably.
It's down by the guy that was yawning. There you go.
Yeah, we go.
It's defined as not obtaining adequate total sleep. Yeah. Well.
Yep.
Adversely affects how the body functions. Experts say that if you feel drowsy during the day, even during boring activities, you haven't had enough sleep. If you routinely fall asleep within 5 minutes of lying down, you probably have severe sleep deprivation, possibly even a sleep disorder. Micro sleeps or very brief episodes of sleep in an otherwise awake person are another mark of sleep deprivation. In many cases, people are not aware that are experiencing micro sleeps. This the widespread practice of burning the candle at both ends in the Western industrial societies has created so much sleep deprivation that what is really abnormal sleepiness is now almost the norm. Damn, you gotta be getting your sleep.
Yeah.
I've always heard I don't know if it's an urban legend that of like if you stay up more than like 72 hours, you start to hallucinate.
I've never stayed up that long. I've stayed up for like 2 days, but I've never done 3.
I've stayed up for 72 hours, and it was the worst.
I'm sure like once you slept and woke up, you probably felt terrible when you woke up too, because that's just like you don't recover from staying up that many hours immediately.
No, yeah. Plus, I probably slept for like 11 or 12 hours straight, and then I was probably all sore and groggy when I woke up.
Yeah, I worked like a 30-hour shift once and then went to sleep after that, and when I woke up, my entire body was like stiff and like I felt like something was turned off. Like I could barely move. It was bad. Like you shouldn't stay awake that many hours without sleeping.
Okay, you gotta search, can sleep deprivation make you hallucinate? And I guess we could just wrap it up on that.
Yeah. Does sleep deprivation make you hallucinate? Oh, okay. After only 3 or 4 nights without sleep, you can start to hallucinate. Prolonged sleep deprivation can lead to cognitive impairments and irritability. Oh, okay. So you can hallucinate doing it, but...
It's from healthline.com, so it's probably pretty true.
You probably don't want to give yourself a cognitive impairment, though.
I guess there's probably people that could answer that personally, like people that like do coke and shit. Like,
oh yeah,
go on like
benders, day-long benders,
multi-day long benders. Yeah, I'm sure they could validate whether you hallucinate, but it's also like, well, I mean, you could also be hallucinating from taking drugs for many days.
True.
So there is that.
I remember an episode of like Pete and Pete where they were trying to stay up for many days.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Well,
they were, like, looking at the sun and shit to like keep themselves awake. That was such that show I don't really remember that much about. I just remember being like, this show is weird. That was one of those like weird like
I loved
obscure
Pete
shows out of nowhere. Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one for sure.
Pretty good theme song too.
Yep. Oh man, maybe I should rewatch that. Maybe we should do a nostalgic nostalgic, like weird old Nickelodeon shows episode. That'd be cool.
Oh yeah, Kids of the '90s cast.
Yeah, Kids of the '90s cast for sure. But I don't know, Jacob. Is there anything else about sleep? I mean, there's plenty of things that people could look up about sleep.
Yeah,
But,
I think we hit a lot of the big talking points about sleep.
Yeah,
you got your disorders, you got your amount of sleep. Sleep deprivation. You know.
Yeah. I would recommend 6 to 8 hours personally. That's what gets me through. Jacob, you were a little longer than that.
Well, 8 is agreeable for me. I don't
Yeah.
really need to sleep for longer, but sometimes I just like to.
Yeah. Make sure you get all your sleep and eat all your nutrients and treat your body right.
I'm gonna go to sleep when I get home. Jakey, time.
Well, Jacob, let's put this podcast to bed.
All right.
Okay.
Good night,
Good night,
listeners.
everyone.
See you next Tuesday.
Yeah. You can also search for it.